the first to know. Nsem-Pii TV.
Lawyer Mate Ado, legal counsel for Nkrumah and Associates, secure bail of 50,000 Ghana cedis, one surety. Ama Kwame Bafo Abronye. Now, after the securing of the bail, no, Nkofu Bebrena bisa say, one, Assembly no catch judge na after the judge ni jitum so obe grante Abronye bail. And two, Dabena Abronye ye be releasing from police custody. And I say one first and kind and say from last week Nina reported but say Abronye refuse anything given to him by the police officers because of a pioneer and are not untrusted the people who are holding in custody into say offer. Because of that, ama ne BP levels ne health condition is not at the best state into say BB tono at police custody there and a lawyer immediately Monday ya no pay ya or PM or court say this is the reason in tears young granting a bail near releasing it from police custody a day assem everything ebeba and two da Abronye you be releasing from jail no based on a meeting of the bail condition but 50,000 Ghana cedis with one surety there and for expect to say in the next 12 to 24 hours there on secure that lump sum ama Abronye and as any asset of that nature with one surety there on security is expected say in the next 12 to 24 hours or in the next 8 or 5 hours beyond Abronye expected say on be releasing from police custody. Yenko tie lawyer na Nsem lawyer Mate Ado Nsem Odo Tudra from the court of Accra Circuit Court.
Your court movie bail application and then on my lord bail application your movie I mean wajiatu and wa granted bail amaye or say bail no 50,000 Ghana cedis with one surety no justification so no na bail my lord the ama the client he say I better find the password you better execute bail no ama my client the catch report and say if you are done a buyer and be seen there. I mean the client and the condition I the assessment. I mean say last year no be on or but as it stands the BP. I mean or the health and authority. And I had to run back to court. Now in fact me how I'm at court and I mean country court and say after the last time I buy and your master any help in it, any national OT for you did go to phone or the two more or guarantee. Hopefully, 7 p.m. now, because conditions no more my energy. I mean, it is that favorable, sir. You better not execute na your fair trade. So hopefully, from the client know where PM now, in charge of channel or BPF custody.
They were in court. This is what the judge said. Listen to him. He's a judge. Listen to him. He says, quote, accused person before the court is facing 2 charges of misdemeanor. Misdemeanor is a lesser offense, an offense that means nothing, really. If you are convicted, it's a fine. Then you go home. This is important. He said, however, in this instant case, the court will not look at only the charges being misdemeanor, but will extend it to the position of the IGP. Of the IGP to the country. That is the head of the police service. The words which came from the accused person is likely to put the security of the nation into disrepute. Then he goes further to worsen the matter. He says, it is always said that all persons are equal are equal persons, but in practice, it is not so. Then he quotes George Orwell's satire, The Animal Farm. One of the commandments is that all men are equal, but some are equal than others. Translated into this case, all men are equal, but some are more equal than others. This is what the judge said. To remand Abronye into custody again. If you are a judge and you're remanding somebody into custody, what you are basically saying is that if the person is granted bail, he may not come to court for trial, or he would interfere in the investigation. The judge did not say this in his ruling. He says that the matter involves IGP, and all men are not the same. So if you are involved in a matter with somebody who is considered a big person in society, you go to jail. Such a dangerous precedent. If we don't talk about it, where would be our democracy? And ladies and gentlemen, I am privileged to have been part of ECOWAS Parliament. I have roamed through the sub-region. Ghana stands tall, but we can make it better.
To intimidate opponents. And the defense, you always have them come up is that the law is the law, which is true. The law is actually the law, but if you weaponize the law, it becomes poisonous.
But why do you say they are weaponizing the law? I mean...
So you see, if, for example, you are utilizing bail conditions to punish people, you don't need anybody to tell you that's what you are doing. It's obvious. In our statutes, the bail is there to, for example, ensure that the suspect shows up when he's needed. Or the suspect doesn't go out to sort of undertake the same offense that he undertook, for which reason he's been investigated or is in court. But if you have a scenario where all these things are out of the way, but you can clearly tell that somebody is being held and given a bail condition that is unreasonable in order for him to be kept, for a longer period, that's a worry. And it's something that all of us should be concerned about, not just me, because you see, precedence becomes law. Precedence becomes law. And once we allow it to fester as a people, today it may be all these other people that have been treated in this manner, but you never know where the axe will fall the next time. And that is why the 23rd protest is extremely important. It is to simply draw the government's attention that, listen, be careful what you are doing, because it is the future of this country that is at stake, and not just about you getting excited for what you are doing. Pay close attention to the actions of this government. It is as if they get satisfaction from dragging their opponents. How many people haven't they dragged through such processes? How many of them are actually in court with charges that are being handled in court? So it's like their satisfaction is, let's drag you from your house, let's put handcuffs on your hands, let's take pictures of you, give it to our social media people to share and mock you, let's go and put you in the cells, let's give you a bail condition that is almost impossible to meet, let's arraign you before a certain court that we are sure we can get what we want from, and then push you up and down. Yeah, otherwise, why is Abronye in a black Maria?
The police has said that they wanted to protect him as well. You'd understand that man commands a bit of some crowd,
awesome. So you see, that goes to reinforce the point I made about weaponizing. So you can do the right things and still hurt people. So you see the way they've nicely said it is to protect him. It gives a certain sense of fine justification for that. But there are several ways you can do that. We've seen armed robbers, we've seen murderers being driven in smaller vehicles and less sophisticated vehicles than the Black Maria. Have you seen the gentleman, the immigration guy, the gentleman who murdered the immigration guy? Have you ever seen him in the Black Maria?
But you saw that he's almost mobbed.
But why is he not in the Black Maria? Even he is not in a Black Maria.
Would it be okay if he was transported in a smaller car? Doesn't make it any...
I mean, yes, it does. Because you see, you are basically showing the guy where power lies. That's what you are doing. And it's okay, but it is not okay for the future of this country. Because basically what you are saying is that, Abronye qualifies to be a future Yoko or NIB boss. He does, actually. He has all the credentials. He does. He has all the credentials. And so if one day you treat him in this manner, and one day he also finds himself in a position like that, and he decides to retaliate.
But you cannot abuse the law if the law is not.
But the law is being abused right now. That is the point. I don't think any.
But you say he will be an eco boss and therefore can retaliate in that manner.
Yes. But if you treat him in this manner, that's what I'm saying. Instead of us keeping quiet, all of us keeping quiet and allowing this to move in circles, we need to take this opportunity and nib it in the bud.
For this particular matter,
you get what I'm saying?
For this particular matter in court, you'd agree that many, including people in the NDC government, have spoken against the reasoning that the judge gave. But does it make you feel any better if the judge is referencing consistency in his court, that in the Eswell government, he also had to remand persons under similar situation? Doesn't make you feel any better?
It's even strange sometimes when the judge is actually referring to his own rulings, which could be faulted anyway. It's quite strange. One would have expected the judge to reference much more other instances, other cases, because you could have erred in your first one. You understand? It doesn't mean that because you did one, which could be an error, you should repeat it because you have an opportunity to do the same. As for the judge's situation, I am hesitant to really take it up the way and manner I want to take it up. My concern is with the IGP. And I think that Mr. Yonu should just, realize that he is moving on a slippery ground. He should take it easy. Listen, there are more pressing issues, more critical. Have you noticed that in the past 3 months, the level of crime in this country, it is either a tribal war. We used to read tribal wars in social studies. Let me for you and I. We used to, when we were in basic school, we used to read tribal wars in social studies. In fact, in our lifetimes, we really didn't see tribal wars. But today, it's all over the place. You are having some here, we have this.
No, but the Nkwanta tribal dispute existed even before
I'm
the
saying
IGP.
that,
Solar Kalbatuna as well.
I'm saying that, for some of us, we heard about the Nkonya fight 90 years ago, but really in our lifetime, once in a while, you hear. But right now, either you are hearing somebody has murdered somebody and put them in a gutter somewhere, or you are hearing armed robbers. Even highway robberies are back. Last night, I hear the Nkoko bypass, highway robbery. 3 days ago, the Kumasi Road, highway robbery. So there are more pressing things for the IGP to turn his attention to. The IGP went to Boko. His own vehicle was shot at. The gentleman who shot at his vehicle, he couldn't arrest them. He rather went to promise them police recruitment if they put out their arms. So for an IGP to use the law and his position to settle personal scores, I have a problem with it. But you see, we don't learn. Public servants and politicians don't learn.
Who doesn't have a personal score?
We don't realize that. You see, we don't.
He doesn't have a personal score with Abronye, does he?
What is the issue with Abronye?
But it doesn't mean he has a personal score with him.
What is the issue with Abronye? If I defame you, if I call you names, what is the recourse in law?
MFI is the law student.
No. What is the recourse?
Well,
don't we have
definitely is not a criminal
exactly.
thing.
Don't we have?
But is that a personal score?
If you read the facts of the matter, it is by extension that they brought the IGP matter in there. It's not the first cause. It's not the first. The two charges on which the two counts didn't have.
What are the issues behind the two counts? I want to know.
The conduct, his conduct.
What is it?
Well, the police didn't state in the conduct.
So you see, so the mere fact that MBFA. No, but what is the issue? Just tell us. Educate.
He's your party member. You should have
the mere fact that even on this set we are struggling to put a finger on specifically what the issue is, beyond the fact that you don't like the guy, the way he speaks, and maybe his insults, which are pure moral issues and all of that. We are struggling. You are trying to push him into a certain space. Because if what I am hearing Abronye is being held for is what it is, then I'm sorry, Mr. IGP, the Ebuako North pull a party executive of the NDC is on video. The video is here. Saying in clear words that he is going to kill Nanabi, the national organizer of the NPP. He's going to kill Afenyo Markins and other NPP people. He said it in Akwetia. He was in a white jalabia, and the video is here. The gentleman is still walking.
Has NPP taken it up?
Yes. A petition has been written to the IGP. He has done nothing about it. So you see, Kojo, you and I should be worried, Emifa.
But these conducts are not moral. They are
I am saying that you should be worried. You should be worried that if I miracles threaten you, like the Ebuako North guy has threatened the Afenyo Markins and Nanabi, and we send a petition to the IGP, he does nothing. But when it has to do about him, then he is all over the place trying to show somebody where power lies. We should be worried about that. For me, that is the only concern that I have. Mr. IGP, the time is taken. The days are moving, Emifa. You are going to be on the other side. You are going to be a civilian pretty soon. Are you going to be proud about what you are leaving behind? See, in the past 8 years, you and I have seen several IGPs come and pass and go. And I'm sure when they are home, there are things that they will sit back and say, did I do it right? And I think the IGP needs to do some reflection and ask himself, why is it that I'm selectively applying the law? We were here when Azoka threatened Afenyomakin on live TV, on your channel. They said they had arrested him. To date, nobody saw when, how, where Azoka was arrested. And yet, 3 nights ago, yesterday, and even this morning, the police have released statements with suspects they had arrested with handcuffs. We see Abronye every day moving up and down with handcuffs. How come we never saw the NDC guy in handcuffs? How come the NDC guys who are threatening everybody across the country are moving freely? That is where my worry is. You are selectively applying the law, and that is not law. That is discrimination.
But at least the Attorney General, if anything Martin Pebo has been saying is anything to go by, the Attorney General says that today they were going to step. You have an interest in
You
that.
think it's okay that we are the mercy?
Charges.
No, hold on. You think it's okay?
It's not messy.
You think it's okay that we are the mercy?
But it's not it's not messy.
That
it's
we
just
are the
law.
mercy and discretion.
It's not.
No, what is
messy.
it? No, but he's been remanded for 1 week. So if you say the Attorney General is intervening, it's messy. We thank him. We thank him.
Oh dear.
We thank him.
Let's talk about Bawumia.
The most important thing here is that the IGP should just be fair and apply the law equitably, or with equal arms or hands. Is that not the case?
Yeah, as the judge says, we are not equal before the law.
Why are we not equal? Why? Why do we have social classes? So as we sit here, what is the benchmark to determine your level and my level and Kojo's level? So that we can be measured and know at what point we will be picked up and at what point we will not be picked up.
You have a morale shirt on.
Yes. So I am protected. Maybe I should give
MFA, who's the complainant in this issue? In Abronye's issue?
I haven't come across that.
Okay.
But you see, it's a very legitimate...
Because if you commit a crime, the police can pick you. You don't need an individual.
I wanted to base on that to ask Miracle a question. Because Miracle seemed to be hard on the IGP. Instead of, because it wasn't the IGP who remanded him into prison custody. It was a court.
Oh, of course. But the IGP, you see, but the state goes to pray for the remand.
Yes.
The judge
but it is left for the judge to say, I listen to your prayer or not.
But we know the matter. The lawyers of Abronye had actually been told what the issue is. In fact, they've been played a video where apparently Abronye was using certain words, which the IGP finds unpalatable.
Yes.
You understand? So we know what the issues are, and we know the facts behind these issues. And I'm saying that these are misdemeanor issues.
We get it. But it's not the IGP who says, I'm reminding you
the IGP is the one, the IGP and the police are the ones prosecuting the matter.
Yes.
So they are the ones praying the court for remand.
Yes.
So what are you talking about?
But it's left with the judge to say, or the court to say.
But we've read the judge quoting memes of Mugabe to make relay. I don't want to see, I am hesitant
to attack the court
in picking on the court.
All right,
that's why I'm trying to stay out. But we've read it. I mean, if we have a judge using memes, memes, you haven't seen those memes, those Mugabe quotes, which are actually not Mugabe quotes.
Yeah.
Because that quote, for instance, is an Indian Army quote. But if you have a judge using that, then, I mean, we are in trouble. We're in trouble. As for that judge, I'm sure in the next few days he'll probably get a promotion. Because if it is not for a promotion that he's doing what he's doing, then I'm afraid. I am so afraid that right now I don't even know what to say and what not to say, because you may never know. And when you are picked up in the morning, you don't even know which judge you are going to be presented to, and whether the judge is going to use the law or is going to use Mugabe memes.
Well, I think that honestly, Miracles will be all right, because he's not just because he belongs to a political party. We've had legal practitioners saying that for a misdemeanor, the way the matter is being handled is quite untoward. But let's get into Dr. Bawumia and his campaign. So, Dennis, one of the newspapers reported that Dr. Bawumia says that Ghanaians should forgive him. What for particularly? And that the Constitution this morning also says that we'll maintain Bawumia for 2028, Ashanti region speaks. If you have seen a new polls by a new researcher, Dr. Evans Dia, I think, which is putting Kennedy Japan ahead of Bawumia as opposed to Global Info Analytics. I've put all of these 3 questions together. What is Dr. Bawumia apologizing for, one, if that is true and the newspapers didn't misreport it, and 2, if you've seen the polls that says that the sample size that Global Info Analytics used to put Dr. Bawumia as the front runner, the sample size is very small, and so he had increased the sample size and the numbers have changed. Have you seen the polls?
Let me respond to. Let me use his own response to deal with it. You see, as for the posters and all of that, I've always said it. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia pays very close attention to the issues behind it, and not necessarily the nominal numbers. Because as for the nominal numbers, data can be manipulated for whatever purposes. But what are the people saying? So any polls that comes up, we take it, we go through it. What are the people saying? What are the feedback? We also test it. And then where we need to tweak, where we need to improve, we'll do that. No doubt about it. Let me not go into the details of the polls. We have already started the journey. My godfather always tells me that when you are in the middle of the battle, that is not when you pause to think whether you want to fight or not. You're already in there. The battle is on. 31st January is just around the corner. I have absolutely no doubt in my head that based on the feedback we have received from the party people across the length and breadth of this country, the NPP as a party knows what to do. And Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is the one the party is going to settle on. That is without doubt. I mean, I have been in this party in my short time for a very long while. I have been through the mill. There's no level in our party that I haven't served at. I know the psyche and the thinking of the party people. Could you, beyond all the noise, all the chaos, all the back and forth, the NPP delegate has one thing in mind. Let's win 2028. So eventually when he goes to the ballot and is going to vote, all the things we've discussed and spoke about do not matter. Only one thing, who it is that is on this ballot that can win us power in the next 1,184 days. That is 2028. And that's Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, based on three things. Dr. Bawumia's conversation is based on three pillars. That he is the most prepared of all the aspirants. He is the most formidable of all the aspirants. And is the winnable of all the aspirants. And these three things are the things that matter to the party. That we don't have enough time. 2028 is just around the corner. Who amongst all the people asking us to make flag bearer is ready to take on the fight right from the get-go? That's Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. For 16 years, he's been doing politics in this country at the highest level. None of the aspirants can beat him to that. He has been down this journey. He has seen the ropes of the work. He knows when to stop, when to run, when to pause. He knows what to expect. When he enters the strategy room, he's no longer going to wait and say, this is how we do it. He's going to say, the last time, this is what we missed. We did this, we got it right. This, we didn't get it right. Then we amend and we make progress. He has run 5 elections in this country, 4 of which he was a running mate, 1 of which he was the main candidate. He has the psyche and the mental fortitude to know what is ahead of us. Now, what makes him formidable is that we are going to go against an incumbent NDC party that is shameless in the abuse of their incumbency. The NDC is a very shameless political party. When they are abusing their incumbency, they have no shame. They have